Hello there mates, Mooshi Gamer here, and this is ShadowRun Hong Kong Extended Edition episode 27. So, we have a bit more chatting to do with the guys, and I don't think it's going to take too long because I do want to jump to a mission today, but Duncan has a few more things to say. Good to see you. Ooh, smiles. Now leave me alone, I got stuff to think about. You think about getting chromed up? With Cyber, he shakes his head. Oh my god, how many times are you going to ask me that? Until you give me a satisfying answer, or at least a couple more times. You always have the best reactions. I'm gonna keep asking until you show me some chrome. Wu grins, his teeth were blindingly white. I told you one time I was thinking about it when I was 13. Let it go. I'm not gonna pollute my body with that shit. You? No, not for me either. That's good. I heard some stories about people who went too far, lost some of themselves. I want to talk about you and me. He rests his eyes on you a moment, his face neutral. Yeah, I guess now's as good a time as any. You start. You're not acting like the Duncan Wu that I grew up with. What made you decide to become a cop? I needed structure. Bad. You know that better than anyone. I was already hardcore when we met. Mr. Ultraviolence. I'd do anything to get a rise out of the guys I was rolling with. Gouging eyes, inverting knees, curb stomping. That shit got me cheers. I was like a pit fighter, bloodletting for the crowd, and I learned to enjoy it. But I never learned how to block out the memories of their screams when I was lying in bed at night. The guilt started eating me alive. Then I was scared to be alone with my thoughts, so I tried to drown them out with all the things that you drown things out with. I remember you were pretty messed up when we met. How bad was it? You never told me that before. You seemed to have it under control when we were together. It's funny how people remember things. Yeah, when we squatted together and later, when we were living with Ray, I was still a violent son of a bitch, but basically under control. But that was you, MS. You're the voice of reason, the brains. Me? The brains? Don't pretend you weren't the leader. You know how it was. When we ran the streets together, I was the muscle and you called the shots. You pointed and I hit. But later, after Ray got me some counseling, I realized I let you call the shots so that I wouldn't have to, because I knew that what I wanted was wrong. By following your lead, I was deflecting my own guilt onto you. I could just knock heads and walk away clean. You know, don't look at me, I'm just doing what I'm told. And then you left. Without you there, I knew that I was in serious trouble, the poster boy for anger management issues. Raymond could provide a stable environment, a decent therapist, and money for his prescriptions, but you know Raymond, he's an egghead engineer with a philanthropist streak, not a drill sergeant. And a drill sergeant was what I needed. I needed structure and discipline in a way that he couldn't offer me. I needed a cage to keep myself in line. So I found myself a cage made of rules and procedures and training. Lone Star. Raymond helped me with my application and provided a decent character reference. I got in and it helped a lot. Lone Star got me where I needed to be. Now it's all gone, and you're back. Seems like Carter's deaths hit you pretty hard. Wu continued stretching. Yeah, she was a good one. We were a real team. Joining Lone Star helped me in all sorts of important ways, no doubt about it. I really embraced being a cop. I studied my ass off, but no matter how hard I worked, I was never more than a model cop with a brutal streak. There are plenty of assignments that were perfect for a big, mean orc like me. Assignments that would have fed my need to hurt people, but I met Carter about a year in and she changed things. She talked about values and goals and priorities and constructing the life that you want to live. She was a real trip. Sounds like a good woman. She was a cop, a partner, a mentor, and a serious badass when she needed to be. But yeah, she was a good person too. She kept me focused. When Raymond asked me to help meet him in Hong Kong, I had a feeling I was going to wind up going off the reservation if I didn't bring Carter along. Now she's gone, and here I am. You only took a step off the reservation. You can choose to step back, too. It might be time to stop looking for someone to hold your leash, Duncan. We can handle like we used to. I'll be the brains and you be the muscle. I said that you honor her memory by showing her how much you've learned. Wu's mouth dropped open and then curves into a grin. He shakes his head, still smiling. I'm sorry? Did Mooshi S just give me sage advice? Sounds like you did some growing up on your own. Wu chuckles and hooks his thumb in his belt. I guess I have. Yeah, it's about what you were doing before you got thrown into that court facility. You said that you had a friend who was in a bind, but that was all you could say. How'd it go? It went fine. It was a cakewalk. Really, nothing talking about. Let's just say you're not friends anymore and leave it at that. Whatever you say, Mooshi. Do you ever think about when we were kids? He began moving through some sort of pattern. Might be a Tai Chi. I try not to. What are you talking about exactly? The time before we moved in with Raymond and Miss Maloney, the Oak Gang, Lockjaw, double trade those guys. Oh, the dark times. We're not exactly talking about an idyllic youth here, Mooshi. Sleeping in dumpsters, running from ghouls, fighting over scraps, Wu stops to moving, drifts off for a moment, and defending your territory. If you hadn't found that spot in an abandoned building, found Lockjaw and Doubletray, we probably wouldn't be here. It's so weird to think about that now. I mean, you realize they were teenagers, right? Younger than Gobbet. They felt so old back then, but Lockjaw couldn't have been more than 17 tops, and Doubletray was only 13 when Wu pauses again, lost in thought. Why were you thinking about back then? Just thinking about that thing DT used to say. I don't know, I guess I was thinking about anywhere but Hong Kong. Wu returns to his patterns. He manipulates an imaginary soap bubble between his hands. Improvise, adapt, overcome. That's how you beat the street. I remember Doubletray saying that it was while we were living between red hot newts and the 162s. Crazy ass dwarf anarchy is on one side and flesh eating ghouls on the other. Those are the days that you long for? Long for? No, I was just thinking that it's the same now as it was back then. His raspy baritone fills the space between you, bridges it. Survive and watch each other's back. Yeah, I know. Yeah, later would be good. Don't get me wrong, catching up is nice, but I'm not used to being a socialist. That's one of the reasons why it was so nice to work under Carter. We both appreciated long silences. Sorry man, she seemed like that. I'll clear out, then give you your personal space. Thanks, I'll bask in it. Oh, and good talk, Mooshi. I'll catch up with you later. Okay. But I'm not going to talk too much longer, but I did notice you could ask about the last mission. And so I wanted to ask Isabel and Gobbet how did they think the last mission went. Isabel ejected an octopus, her bodysuit's inert, her breathing shallow. As you approach, an image bosses onto the largest of octopus's screen. Hello down there, it's good to see you again. She smiles down on you from the monitor, her outline scintillating with blue-white light. She looks peaceful, at ease. And he talks about that last run? She shakes her head. Nope. Sorry, jacking to the octopus tower relax after a long day of work. Some people go to sports bars or strip clubs. I do this. As a rule, I don't spoil my leisure time with shop talk. That's the way you feel. It is. So if you wouldn't mind changing the subject. Nice avatar, that looks good on you. Isn't it? I spent months customizing this avatar. She feels more real to me than my own skin. I gotta go, Isabel. Sure, drop by anytime. But Isabel's not one to talk about missions. Let's see what Gobbet thought about it. Gobbet looks up from a dented tin of oysters at the sound of your approach. Her rats, Madness, and Foley scurry from her hips up to her shoulders. Two sets of beady eyes, red eyes fix themselves on you. Hey, Seattle, oyster? She spears a gray lump of seafood with a fingernail and sends it to you. It smells like the low tide at a municipal pier. Eat the oyster? Sure, why not? Refuse. No thanks. Are you trying to kill me? Yeah. She shrugs and pops oyster to her own mouth. Suit yourself? So are you here for a reason? Any thoughts about that last run? Gobbet positively vibrates with excitement, clapping her hands together with a huge grin. That was awesome. Think about it. We broke into some rich jerk's manor house, stole his artifacts so they could go to a museum, and we fought mummies. If that's not the plot of a trade blockbuster, I don't know what is. I'm not sure what I think about that mummy's trinket. I've never had a dead person owe me a favor before. I'm not even sure how that works. Be careful when you use that trinket. As long as he does what we tell him to, that's pretty awesome. But if the Trids taught me anything, is that mummies are always waiting for an excuse to run around cursing everybody. So, what else did you want to talk about? That's all I needed. Thanks, Gobbet. No problem. Sweet dreams. I wonder what they would have said after the first mission that I did, because that one went incredibly horribly. Okay, so I'm gonna get some rest. I don't think you have to do this, but it's interesting. You wake with a start. Once again, you're tangled in your sheets, drenched in sweat. Your throat feels like it's on fire. Can't remember what your dreams were about, not precisely, but again you feel that yearning sensation, the emptiness in your gut and in your chest. Your head throbbing, you heave yourself out of bed. Alright, so let's go get started on that mission. I think the next mission is one where Gobbet was recommended to go with you. Well, it was a recommendation to take Gobbet with you. Enter the MTR station. see. Travel to the Wujing Sky Tower to commit geomantic sabotage. Sure. So I feel really bad for not taking Duncan for the last one. Let's just take the crew. Gabbit and Isabel and oh hey, I think we have the same weapon now. Oh, that's right. I forgot to tell you guys. Oh, to show you guys the new weapons that I got. I wonder if I can give them like the weapons that I have. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, but let's go. You're about to travel to the Wujing Sky Tower. Continue? Yeah. Duncan did seem a bit off-put that I didn't invite him to the last mission. As I had asked him, how did that last mission go? And he was like, you didn't invite me, remember? And I was like, ooh. Okay. Bad key. The subway flies over the tracks toward Aberdeen. Monsoon humidity clings to your skin as if it's followed you from Healy. Or perhaps it simply sunk this far into the earth, penetrating stone and machine, rousing the acrid smells of Hong Kong's underground in its wake. You've been handed a promising job, geomantic sabotage with a single objective, disrupt the flow of Wujing Key to destabilize the corporation. Your kind is especially keen on the idea of Wujing's faint geomancy being used against it, the ultimate humiliation. While the corporation's office space is a free game, the main target is Wujing's treasured lotus statue, which resides within a temple on the topmost floor of the monolithic building. Your client's instructions are clear: the more damage you do, the worse the key and the better the pay. Okay, but what I want to see is, can I give my team some of my gear that I'm not using? Not that I think that my gear would be any better, because I haven't gotten anything particularly good. No. I think, how much is his armor? 5. His armor was better than my armor. Not anymore, however. How much is this? Everybody's armor is better than my armor. Okay. But I don't have any. What is this? Oh, that's the thing. Increases the target's ability to hit chance by 10 to 15%. Does not stack nor affect AoE abilities. The next closest ally will also be affected. Can I give this to Gabbit? Required spellcasting 5. What? Okay. Well, short answer to that question is no. I have nothing I can give to anybody. Cool. The subterranean access way opens up one of the Wujing Sky Tower's few employee-only entrances. As the only underground access point to Wujing's restricted level, security is tight. It's unheard of for unauthorized personnel to reach upper levels. Naturally, that's where you're headed. Gabbit presses a slip of laminated plastic into your hand. A grainy black and white reproduction of your own face stares back at you. The rest of the card is filled with a barcode. She leans in to whisper into your ear. Kindly want you to have this. Spoofed credentials, press off of Maximum Law's card printer. These should get you past the front door. Wouldn't count on them getting us much further, though. I guess that the client said something about other ways to bypass the check-in system inside the building, but he didn't go into specifics. She shrugs. Connie had some choice words about that, but whatever. We'll find a way past security. Almost on cue, a sturdy Wujing security officer peers up at you from behind his desk console. Evening, ma'am. Swipe yourself in. He gestures to the ID scanner in front of him. Got your spoof credentials? Pull your weapon on him. Here are my credentials. Yeah, let's not do that yet. He looks at this console, then back at you. His eyebrows rise as he observes your company. You realize your credentials only allow you access through floor 10, right? It's very important that my pens come with me. I can't work without them. And the officer straightens up, caution overtaking his features. And why is that? This is my team. You can't expect me to work unassisted. They've just joined my crew. I'm escorting them to a new hires meeting. Well, I can't smash your windows and break all of your furniture by myself. They're just on my team. I'm escorting them to a new hires meeting. If you receive authorization for your crew prior to today, then you can pick up their credentials at the check-in terminal. As long as they're clear, you're good to go. He hesitates, looking you and yours over. They are clear, right? Look, they're coming with me, period. Over your dead body if necessary. Definitely. Good. He waves you on your way. Be on your way, then. Lying at its finest. But, this mission seems kind of tricky, actually. Gain access to the main executive's office. That's really all that they have. But we'll get more into it in the next video because I am a little bit over time right now. If you liked the video, comment or subscribe below. Thank you for watching, and Mooshi Gamer signing out.